morning, everyone. Welcome to Office Adda 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia, and I am with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers. So let's talk about the area of bank reconciliation statement in detail. It's one of the areas where the it's a part of accounting cycle, but also a working note in terms of the accounting cycle there. So let's talk about the area of bank reconciliation statement today. If we talk about the bank reconciliation statement, what is it exactly? Let's talk about it. In terms of bank reconciliation statement is basically a statement which is basically a working paper, right? So I think let's talk about it in detail. In terms of BRS or the bank reconciliation statement, it's nothing but a reconciliation statement. Reconciliation between what and what? First is our cash book, and second is our passbook. Cash book is the books maintained by us. Maintained by us or the accountant, and passbook is the book maintained by the bank, right? So when we talk about it, BRS can be defined as something which can be cash book or it can be passbook. So when we talk about cash book or passbook, how do we define it? Cash book is something which is basically responsible for our cash inflow and outflow. Cash book will record our cash as well as the bank column. And when we talk about the passbook records only our bank account, nothing else. So this account is responsible to note down whatever we are dealing with in terms of our books of accounts, right? So when we talk about this, this can be defined as something, see, the point is we note down that something happened. The bank says, no, it will take time on its own, right? So that is also true. This happens with the organization that whenever they are working, it takes time to update the books of accounts. I deposit a check in the bank today, right? So I deposited a check worth rupees 10,000 in the bank. Now, when this check was deposited, bank said it will take 3 days. But during this period, before 3 days were over, it took time to clear that check. Before 3 days were over, it came 31st of March. Now in my books, I'm thinking I got 10,000 in my bank. And the bank says, no, you haven't got even a single penny yet. You'll have to wait till the time it is reflected in your books of accounts. So what will I do? The bank reconciliation statement does not correct any of these. It tries to find out why the cash book and the passbook aren't matching. It can be because cash book noted something early, or cash book failed to record something which the passbook has already recorded, or it can also be something that passbook has already recorded and cash book has no clue about it. One of the basic things is bank charges. Do we really know when the bank charges are deducted? Normally I could never find it out. At the same time, if I don't talk about the bank charges, there's one more problem there. Other than the bank charges, I cannot find out when the interest is being created into my bank accounts. We do not realize it till the time that a quarterly statement is available in our hands, or what we say is after every quarter we receive money. So if I take out the bank statement only, then I'll come to know. Otherwise, I'll not come to know. That is what we define as cash book as well as the passbook, right? That is the difference between the cash book as well as the passbook. Right? So when we talk about these things, the first question relates to the area of the basics there. That means if the payment done by the account holder through issuing a check is, see, I issued a check to someone. I might have issued a check to a person there. He can be Mr. N there. I issued a check to Mr. N. Now what will happen? The passbook at the where will it be shown? Payment done by account holder through issuing a check is entered in. The passbook at the time of issuing the check, the passbook at the time of presenting of the check to the bank, the cash book at the time of issuing the check, or both B and C? Now let's talk about it in detail. What I did was I issued a check to Mr. R. I issued a check to Mr. R. Now what has happened exactly? As soon as I issued a check to Mr. R, I noted it down in my cash book that, do you know, I have lost a check. I've given rupees 10,000 to Mr. R. So basically in my cash book, I'll say my bank balance is about to go down by 10,000. Now the bank will wait. The bank will say when Mr. R will go to the bank, will give his check to the bank, and then he will get it cleared. Only then I lose 10,000. Isn't it? So basically this 10,000 is something that I haven't lost yet. I might be losing it later on, but not yet. So in this case, the correct answer would be what? In this case, the correct answer would be the passbook will make the changes once Mr. R goes to the bank. It is presented to the bank. While in my books, the moment I made it, the moment I issued the check, it would be there. So it would be both B as well as C. Right? Next question. Bank reconciliation statement is prepared by entering entries in the passbook as well as in the bank column of the cash book, entries of passbook with the bank column with the cash column of cash book, entries in the passbook with the bank column and cash column, or none of the above. See, passbook is always interested in my bank account, never in my cash. They've never asked me that what cash do you carry. They're always worried about what I have in my bank account. And at the same time, even in the cash book, we maintain our books of accounts. So it is basically, I will note down whatever amount of money I have in my bank. Bank will also note down whatever money I have in my bank account. So basically, it's going to be a situation where both of us are focusing only and only on our bank account. How do we note it down? In my books as well as in the bank. So we have got in the passbook, it will be noted in the bank account. In the cash book, it would be noted in the area of bank account only. But this bank account is based upon what? This bank account is in the cash book, right? Cash book will also maintain whatever is happening in the bank column, and the bank is supposed to maintain it in any case. So whenever I deposit money into my bank account, I will note it down in my bank column that I have deposited money. The bank will reflect it in my bank account that I have deposited money in it. So it is basically entries in the passbook with the entries in the bank column of the cash book, entries in the passbook with the entries in the cash column of cash book, entries in the passbook with the entries of bank column and the cash column, or none of the above. The correct answer is both of them only having the bank columns, nothing else. So correct answer is basically only both. So in this case, what will happen is entries in the passbook with entries in the bank column of cash book. No, the correct answer is A only. The answer would be whatever entries are there in the passbook and only in the bank column of the cash book, nothing else. So it would be A. Acha, let's understand this entire topic through a particular question. The bank charges of rupees 5,000 were debited twice by passbook. What happened is, in the cash book, normally do we come to know whether when the bank charges are deducted? Normally we never come to know. That means till the time I don't ask for my passbook or the details, I'll never find it out. So in the passbook, what's happening? We have got 5,000 rupees were deducted by bank twice. Isn't it? So once I know that there is a deduction of rupees 5,000 twice, and currently what should be done in the BRS in the statement if the overdraft as per cash book, the cash book said we have got 10,000 rupees negative, and in this area they are saying that rupees 5,000 has been deducted by the bank twice. See, the point is I am trying to reach wherever the passbook is. Because when we say cash book is a starting point, okay, let me simplify it for you. the cash book and the passbook, they're not they're kind of, you'll say they're buddies, where cash book is trying to go to the passbook and trying to find out why are they having differences. So they're trying to reconcile. That means they have a fight and they're trying to find out why are they having any kind of differences. The cash book said, I'm having negative 10,000 in my bank. While the passbook said, what exactly do you know? We have taken out 5,000 twice from our books of accounts because we have charged bank charges. So now what is going to happen? If they both of them are going to fight over the fact that cash book says, no, I'm not going to record it. Passbook says, no, I'm going to record it. Basically, they'll fight for nothing there. So they'll find a balanced point, a point where they'll believe that it's okay, let's record it. Number one is 5,000 must be deducted. Number two, 5,000 must be added. 10,000 must be deducted or 10,000 must be added. The moment I come to know that passbook has done something twice, the cash book wants to reconcile, it will say whatever passbook says, I'll do that. So what will it do? It will add back this 5,000 in the books of accounts. This 5,000 is obviously recorded already, but this remaining 5,000 is something cash book didn't even know about. So the moment it finds out that yes, 5,000 more has been recorded, then it will, this was the starting point, it will also record this 5,000. So minus minus plus, so it would become 15,000 negative altogether. So we are going to reduce this 5,000 from our books of accounts further. Since we have an overdraft, we'll take it as well. Okay, here comes the next question. A bank reconciliation statement is prepared to know the causes for the differences between. Why do we prepare this particular statement? We prepare it because we know there's a fight going on between cash book and passbook and we need to reconcile. The balance as per the cash column of the cash book and the passbook, the balance as per the bank column of the cash book and the passbook, or both A and B or none of the above. See, it would include only and only the bank columns or nothing else. That is what I told you. So it is going to be only B, the balance as per the bank column of the cash book as well as the passbook. This is how they can play with the questions. In one particular case only, I've shown you two different types of questions. Okay, here comes the next point. An amount of rupees 50 debited by bank as charges are credited in the cash book, they are credited in the passbook, credited in the cash payment journal, or record in cash receipt journal. See, what is this exactly about? What happens is an amount of 50 debited by bank as bank charges. This is my cash book and this is my passbook. What happens is, in my books of accounts, what is exactly happening is, okay, the bank has deducted money. The moment I come to know about it, I am going wherever the passbook is going now. So if the passbook says plus, I'll plus it. If the passbook says minus, I'll minus it. If the passbook says we're going to deduct it, we're going to deduct it. That is the basic point. An amount of rupees 50 debited by the bank. Debited by bank means they have reduced this amount. So it's time that we also record it in our books of accounts as well. But the point is, in the bank, if I say about the bank now, what happens is, in the bank, do you know, we have two columns, right? Every banker would have seen this. We have debit side and the credit side. This side is called the withdrawal side, while this part is called the deposit side. Totally opposite to it, cash book is exactly the mirror image of it. The debit side says debit what comes in and credit what goes out. That's the difference between debit and the credit side. So in this case, if the passbook says that it's time to deduct minus 50, the cash book will not put it on the debit side because the increase in the bank is shown on the debit side in my books. So in this case, it would be basically A, that is credited in the cash book. Since it's a reduction in the value, so the bank charges would be shown here. So the correct answer is A. Next question. If any amount is directly deposited into the bank, then cash book will show less balance and and the passbook will show more. Cash book will show more balance and the passbook will show less. Cash book will show double balance or passbook will show double balance. If an amount is directly deposited into the bank, what happened is I have an account in, say, SBI, right? I have an account there. Somehow somebody from my family deposited rupees 10,000. I have no clue about it. Now that is what my business account, my current account is showing plus 10,000, and in my personal books I have no clue about this 10,000. What is happening is, since I have no clue about it, I'll come to know the moment I get my passbook. Though now we get a specific message to find out, okay, I received money. From where did I get money? That is what we note down. There our cash book will show a less balance because we didn't know about that has happened. But the passbook will show higher balance. The reason is we had no, this question is wrong. If the amount is directly deposited into the bank, that means the cash book is, in terms of the cash book, the balance is low as per the bank column. Because the point is, the amount is directly deposited into the bank, that means the bank balance is more. If the bank balance is more, our current situation shows that in my books, I will say I've got 20,000 in bank. And the passbook will say, no, you have got 30. You missed out the 10K that you deposited. Right? So that's the difference between these things. So in this era, the correct answer would be A. The cash book will show less balance while the passbook will show more balance. So in this case, the right answer is A, not B. Okay, the last question for the day, everyone. In this case, they have given there is an overdraft of rupees 9,000. That means negative balance. I have withdrawn more money from my bank account than what I have in the bank. The check was deposited but not credited. This is my books. These are my books of accounts. I know that there's 9,000 that has been overdraft, and I have deposited a check but not yet credited. I thought that I have got 3,500. This is my cash book and this is my passbook. I thought I have got 3,500, but the passbook says no, sorry, we haven't received any information yet. So it's time that I will also reduce this amount. This shouldn't be shown in my books of accounts now. So technically, this 3,500 is something that I'll remove from my books of accounts just because passbook is not agreeing to it. And reconciliation is nothing but going as per the other party. So if it starts from cash book, we'll reach to the passbook. If we start from passbook, we'll reach to the cash book. The check issued but not encashed, rupees 3,500. Now in this case, what's happening is there's a check that has been issued but not encashed. Basically, what has happened is a check has been issued but it is not encashed yet. So in this case, what's exactly happening is the check is issued. Okay, what has happened is we have got cash book, we have got passbook, but when both the parties are there, the check was issued. The check was issued for rupees 3,500 there minus 3,500. So in this case, what is happening is the check was issued. I thought that 3,500 is gone out of my hands because the person to whom I have handed over the check, he was supposed to take the money now, but he haven't taken the money. So what has happened is, if I thought we have lost 3,500, so ultimately what happened is the passbook said no, the person didn't even turn up. Why do you note down it as 3,500? I said there's no movement there. He said no. Then what will I do? I will add back this 3,500 because this amount hasn't gone out of my pockets, isn't it? So in this case, the correct answer would be B, overdraft of rupees 9,000. So correct answer is overdraft of rupees 9,000 would be there. Okay. This is where I end my session. But do you know we are coming up with a new batch for JAIIB in the upcoming time. So if you're looking forward to it, then you can look forward to our current batch, or you can also purchase a new batch that are coming up. So if you're looking forward to it, let me show you where you can exactly go to prepare for this examination. Okay. So if you're preparing for this examination, number one is you need to go to our area of our website or in our app www.adda247, or you can open it in our app. There what you can do is you can go towards the area of, see if this is you are on the front page. There you have on the top only JAIIB and CAIIB. You can take up the JAIIB Ka Mahapack and or even the JAIIB and CAIIB Ka Mahapack. This has got both JAIIB and CAIIB 12-month validity, or you can take only the JAIIB Ka Mahapack, which would not only include the syllabus classes but also the test series plus the revision batches, numerical batches, case study batches, power pack batches, whatever batch we come up, all the batches are covered here. If you're looking forward to it, all the details of this particular class is given here only. You can also get the ebooks. That means you can look forward towards our ebooks as well as the test series in this particular JAIIB Ka Mahapack. You can purchase it for an amount of 32,796 is the cost, but if you use the code Y541, you'll get it for 7,543 rupees, which would be valid for 6 months. That means if you're preparing for the JAIIB examination, then you can get this for 7,543, which would benefit you in a way that you are not only getting the syllabus classes but also the MCQs plus the test series plus our revision batches. There are so many more things to this particular examination that we'll be providing. If you look forward to this particular pack only, you'll get everything regarding JAIIB. And if you're looking forward to any of our batches, what next you can do is you can go on to our area of our JAIIB 2023. As you can see, we have already started a particular batch recently. We have started, this is a new batch that would be coming up. This would start from February 17th. So there's one more batch that is coming up from February 17th. The current batch is basically going on. So if you're looking forward to it, the current batch is also there, but the new batch is also out. That means the new target batch 3.0 is also there. So if you're preparing for this particular examination, then kindly hurry up and review it on our app or on our portal, whatever you feel comfortable with. So you can purchase it. All you can do is go to this particular class. All you need to do is it is for 19,999. You can use the code Y541 and you will get a discount. It would cost you 4599.77. That means 4600. In the 4600 you'll get all the 4 subjects there, right? So these would be available for you, and there are 200 hours of live classes which are available here. So if you're preparing for this examination, then kindly go ahead. All the details of our ongoing classes and the upcoming classes are provided there. So if you're looking forward towards the upcoming batch, then you can purchase it in time so that you can join it for the upcoming batch that is starting from February 17th. Thank you everyone. We'll be meeting